Hello, my wonderful friends. Megas with you on a beautiful day in Ocean. I'm so excited to share with you my bookshelf. This means so much to me. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you'll remember my dog Cody, and he was a Rottweiler that lived for 13 years. And when he passed, I didn't have the heart to get rid of his doghouse. And my son had the idea, hey Dad, let's make it into a bookshelf. And so it was a fun project me and my son did together. And now I got all my favorite books on Cody's doghouse bookshelf, and inside the doghouse I found little hairs from Cody, and I put it in this container to remember him. And so just it means a lot to me. And then I want to share with you just my love of books. And you might be thinking, what do I care about books? My friends, by the end of this short little video, I think you're going to realize the magic and power that is in books. As you know, I know a lot of millionaires, a lot of famous people, and they all have one thing in common, and it's the books that they've read. They've all read the same books, and as I was noticing that, it blew me away, my friends. They have all read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and as I'm hearing that, I'm thinking, my God, there's something to that. Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking. A great example of that is my cousin. He's the tour manager for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he said he owes his success to going into my dad's office when he was a child and seeing all these books, and he'd pull them off the shelves and read them, and he ended up reading all the books, and he said it changed the whole trajectory of his life. Here's a classic right here, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie, a must-have book. And then one of my all-time favorites out of these is Psycho-Cybernetics, Maxwell Maltz. I've read this multiple times. So much wisdom in it, my friends. One of my all-time favorite, Og Mandino. Here's the Greatest Mystery in the World. I love all of his books. Probably one of my favorite authors. The way he writes, I can lose myself in the book, and I absolutely love that. And do you know what? That's kind of perfect. Is we're in quarantine right now. I wrote down this quote. It says, reading gives us some place to go when we have to stay where we are. Isn't that beautiful? We can travel all around the world. We can travel outside of the world to other realms, and our imaginations are so important. Einstein said one of the greatest gifts you can give to your kids is to read to them fantasy and build their imagination. He loved fairy tales. One of my all-time favorite series, it's in the young adult, it's the Caravel series by Stephanie Garber. My friends, everyone I've given these books to love it. This is the third in the series. I just, as a matter of fact, yesterday gave the Caravel, to my daughter-in-law, and she's going to love it. Everyone I've given that book to absolutely loves it. But you can just lose yourself in those adventures. But books are so much more than just entertainment, my friends. Like I said, they can change your life. And I'll show you a book. Where did I put that? That absolutely, literally saved my life. You don't think of books as saving your life. My friends, I struggled with OCD so bad as a young man. This tiny, look how small that is. That little book, The Teachings of the Magi by R.C. Zaner, saved my life. It healed me from OCD. And you know, I got tons of psychology books. It's one of my passions and hobbies, and I've learned so much from them. Love them. But they say you can't heal OCD. Well, my friends, you can. And it was in this tiny little book. When this author wrote this, he probably never thought in a million years that he was going to help someone recover from OCD. Books are absolute magic, my friends. I got to share, this is so beautiful. I bought this book quite a while ago. It's called The Art of Racing in the Rain, and it's the dog telling the story. And so I thought, I'm going to pull that and just kind of celebrate the new Cody bookshelf, and I can tell it's going to be a tearjerker. The dog is old and getting ready to pass on, and I'm only 3 chapters into it, and I can tell it's going to be a tearjerker, but so far I'm really enjoying it. It's The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein, and so I mean, so many amazing books. And then of course I study world religions. It's a passion of mine. From of course I got the Book of the Dead. I've got a stack that I was blown away by of Sufism that's bigger than my stack of Zoroastrian books. I couldn't believe it. What an influence that's been in my life. Oh, I got to share this with you. I've got a few books on hypnosis. I got fascinated by it and read a couple books on hypnosis. My friends, it actually works. I'll tell you a couple of stories. There's a guy working out here on our property, and he's telling us, I don't think I'm going to be able to come into work anymore. And he couldn't even catch his breath. It was just short, and he couldn't breathe, and he went to the doctors, and he was taking medications and inhalers, and it wasn't getting better. And I said, hey, what do you have to lose? I've been studying hypnosis. Let's see what it does. And he goes, hey, I'll try anything. He went and laid down. An hour later, my friends, he was breathing normal, breathing in and breathing out and smooth. And it completely healed him from books that I came across on hypnosis. And then I thought, wow, this really works. And then another friend of mine had high blood pressure, dangerously high. I said, let's try it. And he did it. And it went so low, he's all, is that safe to be that low? I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'll tell you what, hypnosis works because that lowered that blood pressure. And he had doubled up on his blood pressure medication, and nothing was working, my friends. And what I did was we did the hypnosis, and then I'd speak into him. Where's my all-time favorite book? Asha. So I'd get him in that relaxed state, and then I just spoke Asha, which means truth, into him. And my friends, this is my all-time favorite book. I know most of you watching this have this by now, but it's Asha by Winston Head, available at Amazon, and I read it every day. It's the only book I read every day. I've actually put the whole thing to memory. When I'm out for a walk in the woods, I'll just recite this from memory, and I absolutely love it. If I had to suggest one other book that you must read, it's The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. My friends, I could tell you story and story of people that were telling me that their life is over. They don't want to live anymore. What's it all about? And I said, this is a big one. Okay, it's not the little one like I showed you that changed my life. But this just explains everything, breaks it down, gives you an understanding and a reason. And my friends, everyone that I know that has read this, it has absolutely changed their life. Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, must have read. Asha by Winston Head. The Caravel series, if you like the fantasy, which I do. I could go on. If you guys enjoyed this video, tell me. I'll share more of my favorite books. I can't not talk about this one. Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. I love this book. I've read this several times, and it's about a young yogi, and as a kid he wanted to run away to the Himalayas and become a yogi, and his dad kept making him come back, and he sent his older brother to bring him back, and he ended up being one of the most famous yogis we know today, and just what a fun book. So many great books. I could go on forever. I have all my favorites around me, and so if you enjoy this, go to the comments and I'll share more of my favorite books with you. Anyway, guys, I love you so much. I was just excited to share with you my new bookshelf. No, I love you guys. We'll see you next time.